Don't ever clean your lens with your finger, just so you know. Hey guys, Anthony here, and welcome to Gaming Interest, a show about gaming news that interests me. Simple as that. This week we don't have that much to talk about, to be honest. I think everyone's either playing Vanguard or eagerly awaiting Battlefield 2042 or Halo Infinite, and they're all just sitting there grinding at the bit, or whatever that saying is, for that new game that's coming out soon. But there are a few things going on in the industry, and I thought we'd talk about them. And I'll be live on Twitch after this video comes out, so if you guys want to come over and hang out and talk about these topics in more detail, come on over.
I'm sorry, Cat. We love you, though. We all love you. We love you, Cat. We're sorry, Cat. We're sorry.
Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 have been delayed. I forgot to turn my lights on. Alexa, turn on Office.
Okay.
Nice. So first up, we have the news that Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 have been delayed. And in some places, I've seen the word indefinitely delayed. I just recently seen that pop up. You know, usually a game is delayed and it's like, oh, it's coming out in December. It's being pushed a few months. But no, lately it's been, this game is indefinitely delayed. We had Ghost Recon Frontline, that battle royale first-person shooter version of Ghost Recon. And now we have Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 being pushed indefinitely. And this isn't that unexpected. Recently, Activision / Blizzard, because they're together now, and they have been for a long time, hasn't been going too great. I'm not going to get into all the drama around like sexual harassment and all this and all that. We're going to keep this show a little light, fun video games. But Activision Blizzard has been having a lot of problems behind the scenes, and it makes sense that this game has been delayed. These games have already been delayed several times in the past, and now it's just indefinitely, we're working on them. I don't know what to say about Activision and Blizzard because it's such a weird circumstance. You know, I've never seen a company fall so hard. I mean, we've had a few, like BioWare used to be considered like a golden goose. Oh my God, they're so great. Valve, you know, they're still on top of the world. People usually like them. And Blizzard was right up there with them. They made everything perfectly. Every game came out perfect. My God, they were like the Pixar of video games in the late 90s and early 2000s. And then they got bought by Activision and it all went to hell. I get the people behind the company probably got a big paycheck and just made out and probably left the company, but they knew this was going to happen, right? Has there ever been an instance of a small, revered game developer being taken on by a big corporation and it going well? It's a shame to lose one of the greats. You know, they held on to that legacy. I think releasing Overwatch, it still went well. But then instead of supporting Overwatch 1, they just said, we're just going to make a sequel to a game that already looks fine and we're not sure what we're going to do differently with it. The people who knew what they were doing at Blizzard left a very, very long time ago. It's a shame. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 temporarily removed from stores. Okay, so this is another small story, but something I didn't expect to see pop up. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are being removed from certain digital storefronts because of historical footage in the games that were used during like cutscenes, or I think in Metal Gear Solid 3, there's obviously a lot of like historical stuff. The licenses on that media has ran out, so they have to remove those games for sale. Why does this happen? This seems to happen a lot, where either like music gets unlicensed at a certain point, or videos get unlicensed at a certain point. And how much are they making every year that it has become a big enough problem that they need to renegotiate their deal? I'm sure back in 2001, maybe 20 years ago, they made these licenses and they're like, yeah, it'll last 20 years, that's fine. Why is it not just indefinite? Who cares? And what's funny is it says Konami is working to renew the licenses of select historical footage, and I find that hilarious because Konami is working on a video game. And not a pachinko machine. If you guys don't know, Konami, you know, classic developer of the Castlevania series and obviously Metal Gear Solid and these classic games that they, you know, helped produce, have recently, or at least, God, in the last 10 years, have basically been doing pachinko machines and farming out what little licenses they have to make these horrible, just money-grabbing games. And it's a shame because obviously they gave in 100% to the money and just said, screw it, we don't care. We're gonna go home and chill out and sit back and swim in our pool of gold while all of our franchises that people love die. I'm surprised that they're doing any work on their big IPs, but you know, recently they did release the Game Boy Advance collection on the Switch, and there were rumors for a while of a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake that they were working on, or someone was working on, obviously under their guidance. The rumor originally was that Blue Point Games, the same people who did Shadow of the Colossus and then recently Demon's Souls, were working on a Metal Gear Solid remake, and I think a lot of people just turned their nose up at it because it was like, Kojima is gone. Hideo Kojima, the original auteur of the game, you know, it's a whole team, but he was like the soul of it. He was the director. He left Konami a long time ago. And if they remade a Metal Gear Solid game without him, I wouldn't buy that. I really don't think I would. He was the soul that made that series what it was. And unless it was extremely faithful, like the Demon Souls remake, you know, obviously FromSoft didn't do much for the Demon Souls remake, but it was so similar to the original vision that you could understand it just being like an upgrade. If they took Metal Gear Solid and just completely transported that into modern day visuals, maybe. But then again, like that game is pretty short. You know, you'd have to sell that game for like $30 these days for a Metal Gear Solid AAA title. But funny enough, while looking up this topic, I saw a lot of articles saying that Bluepoint Games was bought by Sony a few months ago. And that was actually bad news for that Metal Gear Solid remake rumor. The rumors were they were working on that, but now if they were bought by Sony, they're obviously not working on a Konami project. So if they were working on it, they're not anymore. And if Konami still wants to go forward with whatever work was done on it, I hope they find somebody competent, because Konami's not competent unless... No, they're just incompetent. Battlefield 2042 Portal trailer. Okay, check this out. We're doing something different this time. I have written in my notes Battlefield 2042, you know, the new Portal trailer that they dropped. I actually haven't watched it yet. It came out a few days ago, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it. And I thought, you know what? Instead of sitting down, let's do a live react. That's right. This is a reaction channel now. We're reacting. It's happening, and I'm jumping from left to right and spinning around. Okay, first off, warning to everyone, there's blood, strong language, and violence, so watch your fucking eyes. I love this already. Modern day soldiers, well, 2042 soldiers with a robot dog fighting World War II people. Battlefield Portal. All right. This is so ridiculous. Look at that. They have the like futuristic transport fighting off tanks. He was about, hang on, go back. He pulled out a rocket. This guy pulled out a tube with gunpowder in it, and he's gonna take down this futuristic anti-aircraft device. You think it would work? You think it would work? Game theory. Figure that out. El Iman, 1942 versus 2042. Just a big desert. Oh my god, they're dropping bombs. Your Battlefield. Oh, Bad Company 2. Yeah, I remember this right away. Your rules. Wow. Jeep stuff. Actually, ATV stuff. Grapple hook. Man, this game looks fun. It's gonna be silly. It's a playground. Bam. Battlefield 3, yep. Is that Caspian border? Yep. Ooh. I love how nobody ever shoots these guys in this game. When I play Battlefield, I fall in, I'm like, all right, here we go. Ha! These guys, they drop in, they kill like 20 people, they have lunch, they hang out, and then, you know, ooh, they blow up a car and everything. 1942, Battlefield changed the rules of war. On November 19th, it's coming up. It's coming up soon. I was already excited for the Portal mode, and now I'm more excited. That honestly just kind of shifted my mindset a little bit, how ridiculous that is, and I like it. See, for a while, I've been looking forward to the Portal mode because it is exactly what Battlefield needs to be, a playground. And it's cool that basically, the last 5 or 6 Battlefield games have been built on a very similar engine. I'm sure that helped. I'm sure using the Frostbite engine all the way back to Bad Company 1, I believe, all the way to modern day, but it was easy probably to import all of that stuff into one game, take all these assets they've created, and just let you play with them. That's what Battlefield is. I can't wait to play game modes on these classic maps that they've touched up and made look a little prettier, and just whatever you want. This is the Battlefield for whoever played it. If Bad Company 2 was your favorite, play Bad Company 2. If Battlefield 3 or 4 were your favorite, play those. If 1 or 5 were your favorites, play those. This is honestly the Battlefield game for everyone. And that's why I know I've been a little forgiving for certain issues the game is having, and I hope it launches in a good state. But the amount of potential that's here for all of this chaos and just fun is off the charts. Okay? Compared to just like Battlefield 5, whatever. And you might never run out of content. That's another good thing. They have been positioning this game, I hope, as a long-term Battlefield. Including something like Portal makes me think they want this to be the next Battlefield game for the next 5 years. And I'm fine with that. Having the Portal and having so much control means the community can create their own game modes and continue to play this game with so much variety rather than getting bored and giving up on it so quickly. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more of my reaction videos, guys. What's new? Next, we're going to take a quick break from gaming news and look at what games came out this week. First, we had the release of Animal Crossing's Happy Home DLC, and I've seen a lot of people posting online of really cool stuff that they've made using that DLC. Not a personal thing I'm looking forward to, but I'm glad people are having fun. Call of Duty, what's the name of this game? Call of Duty Vanguard came out. Not sure what that is. I keep joking that no one is playing Call of Duty Vanguard, but it seems like the people who wanted to play it are playing it and having a good enough time. But it was smart of them not to release the new Warzone map immediately after the release of Vanguard because, you know, everyone would have just quit and gone back to Warzone. And it's weird because usually I get sucked up into the release hype of a new Call of Duty. I mean, it happened with Cold War. In the beginning, I was like, but then everyone was playing it and I wanted to check it out. But with Vanguard, I just haven't had that urge. Forza Horizon 5 came out, and I can't believe there's been 5 games in the Forza spin-off series. I remember the first one coming out and going, what is this? But there's 5 games. It looks great. It looks beautiful, and reviews have been positive, so I think people are enjoying. Knights of the Old Republic, not the remake, the Switch port of the original game just came out, and you know what? Nintendo was smart to get that game on there, like, oh, everyone's buzzing about the remake. I can't wait for the remake. Well, now you have a reason to go back and play the original. And also the GTA trilogy just released. You know my thoughts on how that game looks. I hope it's fun. I hope it's a good time. I keep seeing videos of GTA 5 modded, and I think it's GTA trilogy, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, the game doesn't actually look that good. They should have just made a mod for GTA 5. They had 10 years.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Switch Online surpasses 32 million subscribers. And now back to the news. We have a shocking revelation. Nintendo Switch Online is making a killing, and they're taking your money. Stop giving them your money! I'm actually giving them my money as well, but only for the base. So if you guys don't know, the expansion pack for Nintendo Switch Online, which featured the Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, and the Animal Crossing DLC, released not too long ago, and people weren't happy. 1, the price is ridiculous, and 2, the emulators actually don't work that well. The news this week is that Switch Online has surpassed 32 million subscribers, and also that they have committed to improving and expanding the expansion pack tier. Thank God they have confirmed this, because right now it is not worth it. What they should have done is just increased the price of Nintendo Switch Online. Raise the price $5 and give us more content. They could have kept doing that forever and avoided this entire backlash. And the thing is, everyone who owns a Switch needs to have Nintendo Switch Online. It's not a big shocking revelation that it has 32 million subscribers because there's more than 32 million sold Nintendo Switches. Most people who have a Switch need to have the online services. They're going to get it because they want to play games with their friends. The most compelling reason to get Nintendo Switch Online is to play online. That's the #1 selling point. Not your N64 games, not your Genesis emulator, and not your little DLC. If they had just added it to the original price, you know what? This all could have been avoided. And hire me, Nintendo. I'm so smart. I'm a guy on the internet. I'm an armchair critic, except I'm not sitting in a chair this time. Oh God. Oh shit. Ow. 15-minute Elden Ring gameplay. And the final thing I want to talk about today is a game that I'm super excited for, Elden Ring. Basically Dark Souls 4 in an open world. I am a huge fan of the Dark Souls games, Bloodborne, all that stuff. I mean, look, I have the original Dark Souls that I played. Yeah, it's the PS3 one. And I couldn't find Bloodborne, but here's Battleborn. I was going to make a video on this a long time ago, the cheapest game on Amazon. Battleborn, do you remember that? Remember that? It was an Overwatch knockoff, remember? Anyways, I love the Soulsborne games, and Elden Ring, you know, they released the trailer, and I did say that visually it looks, you know, okay, but now they've showed off gameplay and the extent and the scale that this game is going for. I'm excited. I was already excited and a little weary, but now seeing the scale that it's going for, I'm definitely excited. They showed off how the open world works. You have beacons like Breath of the Wild, where in the world you can see these lights going up. They have spirit springs that jump you up on your horse, and a lot of things are called spirits. There's these spirits you can call into battle to help fight for you, spirit attacks, spirit springs.
Spirit springs can be used while on horseback.
Which sounds weirdly video gamey. I don't know if something is lost in translation. In Japanese, does it sound awesome? And then in North America, it's like Spirit Spring. But they showed off that stealth is actually an approach that is viable in this game. And that made me think about how this game is basically the culmination of every Soulsborne game we've seen. Because I've seen a lot of people talk about the game's visuals. Even I have criticized it for looking a bit dated. It does look like Dark Souls 3. I recently booted up Dark Souls 3 and it looks almost the same, but the scale is insanely expanded. This game has elements from every single game. You know, it has the melee combat and the magic systems of Dark Souls. It has the more action-focused, fast-paced stuff of Bloodborne. It has the option of stealth from Sekiro. You know, a little bit of everything from the FromSoft games. all mixed into one. This is the culmination of every Soulsborne game to date. And that's the reason I'm actually a bit forgiving of the game's visuals. This game is running, obviously, on the same engine that they have been running on since, probably since Dark Souls 3. It's obviously heavily modified. It doesn't look bad. The game technically looks dated, but artistically, it's beautiful. And as a swan song to this era of Soulsborne, I'm willing to say, like, all right, one final hurrah on this engine, show me what you got, bring everything together into one giant open world, and let me see what you got. But in the next project, I really want them to push themselves, because if you compare it to Demon Souls, the remake on PS5, it is clearly a step down. I'm also willing to accept that they probably thought this game was going to be out a while ago. It's no secret that Elden Ring is taking a lot of time to develop. I mean, George R.R. Martin wrote the scripts and the, storyline for it like 5 years ago, 6 years ago at this point. It's also no secret that a global pandemic happened, further delaying the development of this game, I'm sure. And so I'm willing to accept that this game maybe wanted to come out in 2020 or 2019. This would not have looked as dated as now with the next gen consoles out showing us the next step. It probably wouldn't have looked as bad. The amount of work and artistic merit that's going into this game, clearly just from any screenshot, it probably would have taken a lot of work to go back and redo it all. You know what I mean? You know what? Maybe they should just release the game and then do like a next gen patch, kind of like Cyberpunk is doing. If they don't do it, modders will do it on PC. But anyways, if you haven't checked it out, go watch the 15-minute trailer. It shows you in depth a lot of what's going to be in the game. And I'm glad that it's not a stupid trailer where they're just like, this is an unprecedented world scale that you've never seen before in Dark Souls. The voiceover guy just literally goes, hey, we just want to show you what the game's going to be kind of like. So here you go.
Thank you for taking the time to join us today. In this video, we'll show some footage of our new action RPG, Elden Ring. We hope it helps to convey a little of this title's mood and gameplay.
Oh, and Jesus Christ, the lips moved. Did you see? The lady came up and was like, hey, how's it going? What's up? I think Sekiro also had moving lips. Okay, yes, Sekiro had mouth movements as well. So hey, see, that's another element. Stealth and blah, 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 blah from Sekiro. So yeah, if you guys haven't played a Soulsborne game, they're kind of like Legend of Zelda for adults, even though The Legend of Zelda can be played by adults. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Don't get all upset in the comments. Legend of Zelda is for adults. You know what I mean. Look at this one. Look at this one. It's like Batman versus Batman. But anyways, I think that's where I'm going to end today's show. Like I said, this week was a little light on stories. I think people were either playing Call of Duty Vanguard or waiting for Battlefield 2042, and we're all just sitting there waiting. But thank you guys for watching, and please leave a comment below on any of the topics we talked about today. What do you think about them? And remember, after this video goes up, I will be live streaming on Twitch, so if you want to come over and talk about these things in more detail and watch the episode with me, come on over and hang out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one. Wow, with this newfound freedom on my feet, I could just walk away. Just gonna leave. See ya.